What up, guys? Check it out. I decided today to take the drone out again, but today I decided to take it out to do another range test. Actually, I wanted this to be my last range test, so I went to the beach and I decided to do it over the water. I figured I'd do it over the water because if something happens, it'll just slam right into the water and probably nobody will get hurt. Hopefully not. But except the fish possibly. So, but something happened during a certain point. So I want you guys to explain this to me and tell me what happened there. You know, which scared the shit out of me. But I want you guys to check it out within the video. So just watch the video and wait till we get to this point. But when I took off, I started flying about 107 feet high, as you can see on the screen. I got the screen going on the right, which is the phone, the screen from the phone, and obviously the screen on the left is my face, and the main screen is what's actually happening in the drone. So, okay, so I'm going about 44 miles per hour, and the battery is about 95%. I had it obviously fully full, the battery, as I kept going. Right now we're about over 2,000 feet into the ocean. So I kept going. So check it out. So those of you who haven't subscribed, don't forget to subscribe. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, that'll be very helpful for me. That's all I ask from you. So those of you that have subscribed already, I thank you guys for that. Okay, so yeah, let's see. So now at this point I'm over 3,000 feet. Well, I've just hit 4,000 feet at this point, and still I think at this point I slowed down a bit, about 20 something miles per hour. So there was a point where I think about this point here, as you can see, the feet, I'm going up in feet because I kind of, it was telling me that the connection was weak. I was getting weak connection. Not video, the video was good, but it was just, the connection was weak. I don't know, once in a while it just flutters like that. It does that, So what I did, I decided to, just raise it up some more. So I did it a couple of times during the flight, like about 3 or 4 times. Like I would stop, like right now, you see, I'm flying at 245 feet and still heading straight down. Just took it straight down. Just wanted to go straight. And my 5,000 feet right now, it just hit 6,000 feet. And you're gonna see what's gonna happen here. I want you guys to really tell me what the fuck happened here, but but you'll see what happened. I figured I'd take it all the way down until it hits RTH, return to home, and come back, to me. So check it out. Keep on watching. Keep on watching. Okay. It was a slight breeze outside, wasn't that bad, The weather was nice, See, at this point, I needed to go higher because it was the connection was like not that good. Like it would flutter. It would say connection weak. It was so I decided I would just decide to bring it up some more. So I'm going over 300 feet right now. Normally I don't like to fly that high, but it was in the ocean, so I didn't give a shit. I think I said about 341 feet. So we're about to approaching to the ending point where I totally lose connection. So you're gonna see what's gonna happen. Okay, I'm going about 19, 20 around there. Okay, right here at this point, I completely lost connection. Completely. The remote, everything just blanked out. Well, actually, if the screen froze up, and it said a connection lost. So okay, at this point, I decided to wait 3 minutes. The reason why I did that was because you know, I just want to see what's gonna happen. You know, if anything, you know, if it's gonna come back or whatever. You know, I just wait, give it 3 minutes. You know, so I waited the 3 minutes, and what I did was after it hit the 3 minute point, I shut off the remote. That's what I would do. You know, if I don't see anything happen, I get a little, you know, anxious, nervous, or whatever, I'll shut the remote off because supposedly that's supposed to initiate return to home. Anything, you know. So like that's like my panic button. Just hit that, you know. So that's what I did. So when I did that, as you can see, look, this is the problem here. I lost connection. Why isn't it returning to home? You know, it's still there. Why is it still hovering there at that point? There's no connection on the remote. So why is it still, even though I had a full battery, but why is it still there? Why is it still hovering there when it should have returned to home? You know. And then what I end up doing was shutting off the remote, like I said, after the 3 minutes, and I waited. And waited and waited and waited. So it was the longest wait in my life because at a certain point I said to myself, I said, damn, maybe I lost the drone, you know, maybe it's not gonna come back, you know. You know, I was like so nervous, I was like, damn, I probably lost it, you know. But it took about, I mean, I did like a little quick rough calculation. I think it was about 8 minutes hovering there. It took about 8 minutes, something like that. I don't know the exact seconds or whatever. 8 minutes stood there hovering. Remote is solidly off and everything. 8 minutes hovering there. Why didn't it initiate to come back? You know, unless there was some type of interference or something, I don't know. But it stood there. So now it's hovering there for 8 minutes, killing the battery. You know, and while that's happening, obviously I'm waiting, and you know, so I'm looking at the time. You know, now I'm clocking the time. I know it's about roughly 24 minutes, 25 minutes. Well, I would say less than 25 minutes. I got 24 minutes before I say, oh man, I did lose it, you know, at that point. So I'm like, you know, at this point, I'm like, what the fuck? You know, because it's taking so long. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? You know, because I'm waiting at, you know, I'm waiting at the other end to see if, you know, if I get connection as it comes back, you know. So I'm sitting there and like, damn, what the fuck is not coming back, you know? So what happened was, after 8 minutes, that's when it decided to do the return to home. I don't know what caused it to turn at that time, but look, I'm staying here. The damn thing. What if I was low in battery or something like that? You know, I mean, supposedly I think at 10% or whatever, it would have automatically did a return to home. But the distance that I probably would not have made it home if I had 10 minutes left of battery. Or whatever, or you know, whatever amount of minutes, I probably wouldn't have been able to make it home, you know. So it took about almost 11 minutes or something like that when I finally got connection that it was coming back. That was the greatest feeling. I was like, oh God, man, it's coming back. It's, you know, cause you know, when I got the connection on the screen first, and then I heard it, you know, coming, you know. But don't forget, I was up high. It was like 300 and something feet high, so it's kind of hard to hear it, and it's hard to see it, you know, especially when it's really tiny and up in the sky. It's very difficult to see because I'm going crazy looking. Is it gonna come? Is it gonna come? You know, I'm looking everywhere, like sitting there, like, is it coming? Is it coming? So when I finally saw it on the screen, when I got the connection, and then I started hearing the drone coming, I was like, oh God, my baby's coming back, man! Thank goodness. And I said, you know what? This is my fucking last time. I'm gonna do a fucking test like this. I'm not doing no more tests like this. Going out to the ocean in doing this kind of thing. Maybe I should have did it on the land and whatever. I figured, you know, like I said, I figured I'd do it in the ocean. You know, if something happens and if it falls down, you know, chances it's gonna hit, if it's hitting anybody, it's gonna be slim to none. So that's why I did it there. Plus, you know, I thought that I would get better reception doing it over the ocean, you know, so I wanted to get that good shot, you know. But that's what happened to me, you know. Maybe you guys could explain that to me, you know. Let me know what happened there, you know. You know, maybe that's why some people lose their drones, you know. They're like, what the hell? It must have flew away or whatever happened, you know. They don't know what happened, you know. They took it out maybe into the ocean or whatever, or somewhere far away in the land, and it's just stood there hovering, you know. I don't know if it's supposed to do that. I think that the return to home is supposed to take, I would say, I don't know, a minute maybe, or a few seconds, something like that. You know, with no connection, it should automatically say, hey, there's no connection here. Maybe wait 1 minute or maybe 30 seconds and return. Unless there's a setting there that I need to change for the timing, you know, for it to come back in case something happened. But that's exactly what happened to me, you know. So, you know, guys, so you see how now I finally decided to turn at this point to come back home. So guys, this is about it. So let me know. Let me know what happened, and I'll talk to you guys later. And thanks for watching the video. I'll see you later. Goodbye, guys.